Hey, Geminis, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Just getting started. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world when you're watching this. Oops, I appreciate you coming by. I'm not going to do that quite yet. For if you're brand new, my name is Patti. I'm an empath that does intuitive tarot and also intuitive coaching. I do also life balance coaching, health coaching, spiritual coaching as well. So if you are needing that, you can find the information below. If you would like a one-on-one intuitive tarot reading, you can find that below as well. So we are actually doing the week of 1 through 7 February. I need more coffee this morning. So the 1st through the 7th. So we are still in the full moon energies just a little bit in this week. So just be mindful if you're a little bit out of sorts or freaking out about something. That's just sort of typical with the energies that are going on right now. I would say until about the 3rd. But some of these energies, because of the planets and the way that we got a lot of planets, like 6 planets playing around up there, the energies are going to be like crazy. So if you haven't seen my full moon reading, go back and maybe watch that, zip through that, or look through that and see. Oh, this is a good start. See where what is going on, because the energies for the planets and the full moon will go to the new moon. But however, this full moon energy, because of all the other planets that are playing around up there, is going to go through February. So you might want to check out those energies for the rest of the month through February, because they're going, if you go back and you see that, and then you go through your reading and go whatever is happening in your life right now, you'll see sort of a pattern. You're like, oh, okay, that's how that's going. No wonder. It's very interesting to watch astrology and do all of it together. I never ever in my life expected to be where I'm at right now a couple of years ago. So this has just really been a very, very interesting journey for me. So let's get started for you guys, Geminis. Okay, so what I'm going to do for those that are brand new, I'm picking a first oracle. This is a little different, guys. So this is going to be more of your past energies that will actually bring forth into your current energy. These are the energies from the past, how you're acting, how you're reacting, how you're thinking, things that might have been happening in your past, your Capricorn energies kind of thing. So that's going to be your first card. That's the first oracle. That's sort of the past energies. The reason why the divine is having me do this, and this is him, not me, because I was going to pick 2 oracles. He wants me to start sharing how you're making your decisions and why you're making the decisions that you are. And then we go into the current energies, which is the second oracle. Third oracle is the future energies for probably February, and how to help you navigate your way through the future of February, as well as going back to the full moon. Really got to go back to that full moon energies, because not only do the planets play with our energies, our thought process plays with our energies, our divine connection plays with our energies, whether we're thinking from our spirit and from our intuition or from our head, which is earth. So a lot of this is coming into play. So I guess this is why he's having me do it, which is really good for you guys though, because your first energy and your first oracle out is joy. Now, the only thing and this is, remember, your past energy. So there was a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, and it seems like that maybe that is ending or had ended, because you have the number 10 there. So something, and we do, people look at joy. Joy is different than happiness. So this is what somebody actually started out spiritually, and that's what joy is. So when you start out spiritually, where joy is, rather than happiness, because happiness is earthly, happiness is circumstantial. So for somebody's past, they started out there, but it didn't last. For some reason, what I'm seeing is somebody had some struggles, somebody had some trials, somebody had some challenges, and they said, screw that. I don't believe in God. I don't want to even believe in spirit. So the joy went away. So that can come back. That can come back. Okay, then our second oracle out is for the current energies, so 1st through the 7th now. Remember that. So it's the Lady of the Lake. She's shown up a lot lately. She has shown up a ton. So that is about absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. So a lot of that has to do right now is making sure that you have, and this is for some of these other signs too, that you have the courage to love yourself, to give yourself enough self-respect to make boundaries that are good, healthy boundaries. So I'm going to say that that's and responsibility. So if you make a poor choice or a poor decision, take that responsibility and own it. But when you make good choices, take the responsibility to give yourself a pat on the back. Don't look for the pat on the back from somebody else. That is the human side. That's the earthly side. So you look at yourself, give yourself the pat on the back, look at the divine and say, hey, did I do a good job? Pretty much it, right? Future energy for somebody, this is going to be a real challenge, a big challenge. Somebody is going to have some difficult time. But here, I'm going to tell you right now, because 9 is going to bring stability. So I had to do some adding and subtracting in my head, because that is going to bring, I have to think a minute for stability. Oh, my numerology today. So that is going to bring forward stability. But here's the thing. Your first oracle, your past oracle, there's joy there, but it went away. So the thing is, and that was due to your own choices and your own decisions. But look what at the very end, forgiveness. And forgiveness is the number 4. 4 is stability. It's going to bring stability back into your life once you get that joy back. Don't look for happiness, look for joy. Okay, so let's get started here and see. And that is about absolute truth. Okay, that is the lady of the lake right now. You have to be honest and truthful with yourself, Geminis. And this is hard to do. Like, that's why I said forgiveness is hard, because in all reality, forgiveness is not, as they say, for the other person. I didn't understand that for the longest time. I heard it for years and years and years and years and years. However, I didn't understand that for the longest time. And when I did understand it is when my brother was murdered. I forgave my brother's murder. And everybody's like, are you crazy? Even to this day, you're probably sitting there. Are you crazy? And I'll tell you the story sometime. If we have time at the end, I'll share it with you. But yes, I did. And forgiveness is something that I do. And the thing is, I don't do it for the other person. I do it for my own healing. So it is not, I'm not going to say it's not hard, because how can you, it's very hard to sit there and say, you've betrayed me. You did me wrong. You screwed me over. And then I got to forgive you? That's very, very hard to do. They're very hard. I was listening to an inspirational speaker. He had a 10-week series on forgiveness. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. So if you guys want to know that, please let me, comment. If you want me to put it in the comments. I don't do that because some people don't like who I have for inspiration. So, and that's too bad. I do. So if you want, put it in the comments that you'd like to know who that is, like to watch it. It's 10 weeks. It is worth every week. It's like an hour long every week. Phenomenal messages. The gentleman is full of wisdom, complete wisdom. This dude has got a gift, literally a gift. Okay. So let's see where we're going here. Okay. Wow. Ups and downs, guys. Ups and downs. Gemini, has been a roller coaster. And you know why? Because you're thinking earthly. You're not learning the lesson. So your first card out is the 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is about a learning lesson. Either somebody's teaching you or you're teaching somebody. So in this case, I have a feeling that this is coming towards you, that there has been some lessons that have come toward you. And either one, you're learning them and you're manifesting what you want. But I'm going to say for somebody here, they're not catching the lesson. So let me ask you a question. How many times has the same thing happened to you? So like you say, you pick the wrong person, or something keeps happening, like your finances never get better because you keep doing and making the same things happen over and over again. What is that? Isn't that called sanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's what this energy is. So somebody is just saying, well, I'm going to do it this way. And good for you if you want to do it that way and it works out. However, if it's earth-based, it's not going to last. You're going to be going through a roller coaster like this. You're manifesting things, but they're earthly things. They're things that won't last. And then you're going to come up with these very hard decisions. Okay, you're going to have some roads. We all do have a yoke in the road. We all do. However, these two cards here are hugely connected, because you can manifest everything that you desire if you're actually following the right absolute truth. So absolute truth, whose is it? Are you talking about earthly truth, or are you talking about spiritual truth? So somebody is working hard. Somebody's working really hard. It's like, I just can't seem to get ahead. I just can't seem to get things right. I just can't, I'm working so hard and I'm getting so little. I'm working so hard and I'm getting so little. And then you're losing sleep. You're even having nightmares, or you're getting up, or you can't sleep, or you're tossing and turning. It's like this roller coaster that's beginning to happen for you. For somebody else, though, this has to do with your forgiveness. Somebody has gone through the trenches with someone or something, because sometimes a lot of say, Patty, what do you mean by something? Well, your job. A lot of people really hate their jobs, and they really stick into their jobs even when it's supposed to be let go. And so they sit there and they have sleepless nights. They're stressed out. Their health is going downhill. Energy is starting to diminish. It's affecting their family, affecting their love lives, affecting their friends, things like that. So when we stay in something that we shouldn't, that is, saying, okay, maybe it's time to move on. Now, this is a travel card. And it can be travel away. It can be traveling to. It can be running away from or running to something. But this most likely is running away from something. And what I say when this card shows up in most cases is that you're running away due to fear. Yeah. Fear seems to take a play in over, I want to say 70% of people's lives. Fear is a huge thing to create wrong decisions. So let's see where we can clarify. But somebody's got lessons of learning. They want this joy back. Gemini out there wants this joy back in their life. It's coming, but it has to be based on your decisions. Because these two cards showed up side by side. Magician manifests. And if you look at the magician, what is he holding and where is he holding it to? He's holding the wand. The wand is a very spiritual thing. And he's holding it high. He's holding it basically above everything else. So his decision to manifest is out of love, not fear. There's a lot of fear here. A lot of fear here for somebody. Again, looking at the card for this week, the Lady of the Lake. Again, absolute truth, courage, self-respect, responsibility. This is you, but your absolute truth is what? Earth or spirit? Do you even know which one you operate on? That makes a big difference how your outcome comes. Okay, that's a huge difference in how your outcome comes. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, somebody's really got an inner battle going on. Now, I don't know if this inner battle is for somebody else, a relationship, because February is a love month, okay? And like I share with the other signs, February being a love month, that is, and I say that not because of Valentine's Day, is humans have, if you watch human behavior, psychology and human behavior, humans actually have a mating season. And most of the time, it's usually mid-February, and maybe that's why they picked that day. I don't know. I don't care. But the thing is, it's usually mid-February to about the 1st of April, maybe second week of April. So this whole time, it's like a mating season. It's like people get their pheromones worked up and their testosterone and their hormones and yeah, that kind of a thing. It's just typical for us. This is our mating season. Every animal has a mating season. That's why we come into heat, you know, kind of a thing as far as in the animal kingdom. Now, even though this is the love month, we're struggling with it. So somebody's struggling with a relationship or growing a relationship or learning about relationships. And somebody's actually trying to research and do that kind of stuff. They're working towards it. However, you're going on the wrong base because you're doing everything earthly based. You're not doing anything spiritually based. So we have the Hermit to clarify. And the Hermit is a Virgo energy. It is about locking in, you know, like saying my final answer, you know, kind of thing. Locking in, even though I'm watching everything. Virgos have, I'm a Virgo, so we watch everything. It's like we can see, we have a phenomenal peripheral vision. I don't know everybody else, but I can see. You got to be careful because I can see way back. But we have this awesome peripheral vision, but we stay focused in on one spot. It's like a laser pointer. Virgos are like a laser pointer, and we stay there and we stay locked in until we figure it out. We're very solution solving people. And that's the thing is, that's what the Hermit is doing right here. Somebody is trying to figure it out because they just aren't getting it. All you have to do, one simple change in your thought process, one simple change, and that will change your trajectory, or however you pronounce that, 180 degrees. You want to know the simple thing? Simple, but the hardest thing you'll ever do, especially if you're earth-based. So if you are earth-based Gemini, you think of the absolute truth and you go to the divine for everything. If it's not of the divine, then it's going to be a challenge for you because you're not figuring things out the way from absolute truth. So, and it's creating a lot. It's you're trying to stand up for yourself. And I'm saying this for somebody. Okay, so they're saying in the dating world, somebody's have a hard time dating because the way that your mindset is, it needs to transform 180. Because for somebody here, you're working hard, you've lost the joy, you just sort of want to give up. However, if you change your change your way of thinking, rather than thinking, okay, this is earth-based. Oh yeah, because earth-based will get you nervous. You know, let's take a first date, for example. Get you nervous, sweaty, unsure, thinking about what they think about, thinking about, do they like me? Do they accept me? Is there going to be a second date? That kind of thing. Whereas if you go in with the spirit, it's like you go in there, okay, you know, divine, hey, hopefully this person, we connect. If they don't, they don't. This is a message for you that if we don't connect, we're not supposed to be together. You go in, you relax, you're yourself, you're being who you're supposed to be, not faking it, not being nervous. You just go in, hey, this is who I am. What are you looking for? What am I looking for? Blah, blah, blah. Date goes good or date goes bad. Either way, it's a lesson learned or it's not. But each date is a lesson for you to learn something from. That's the process. That's the difference. Absolute truth, you can walk away from that date, good or bad, and say, it is what it is. So the King of Cups is all about working through struggles. He's calm, he's cool, he's collected. Cups are of the heart. And if you watch the full moon video that I just did yesterday, this is the 29th, 28th I did yesterday, The moon, the full moon is in Leo, which is heart. That's why February, part of February is all about the heart. It's not just because, oh, zodiac is and that is. No, this is the planets. This is the galaxies. This is our solar system. This is what is also, but it's also who created that, the divine. We can never know who the divine is, really. There's because they're energy and matter and just a power we can never ever imagine. So this is here. This is where you should be sort of pulling your thought process, and then your joy comes back. Somebody's joy will come back. You know what? And you'll be able to say, you know, it is what it is. So maybe I messed up on that date. Okay, I forgive myself. You know what? But I learned not to do that again. So that's where that is. This is keeping a calm through your inner. This is your inner challenge, because somebody doesn't have their own self-respect. Somebody's self-respect, self-esteem, self-value, self-worth, self-look, when they look in the mirror, they don't see the beautiful person that they are, which they are. God created us, or the Creator created us, or whatever. We are beautiful. And He didn't make a mistake. It's just we have made the choices and learned, unfortunately, to listen to our lessons from Earth, not Spirit. Earth will get you frickin' messed up all the time. All the time. And people say, well, Patty, I don't get it. I'm new to this. I don't get it. Earth is your head. So somebody's head is in the wrong place. And this is where the Lady of the Lake comes in, because, and you're like, well, what do you mean? My head? Well, that's where we think. No, it is not. In all reality, if you're thinking from spirit or divine, it is not. Because spirit starts from your intuition, your gut instincts. Your spirit already knows right from wrong, what's good and bad, what's righteous, what's not. Righteous is something we do when nobody's looking. Spirit knows. We already have that. We're born with it. So what happens is Earth gets in the way, and instead of listening to our spirit and intuition, we let Earth come in, our head. Here, I'll give you an example. So you have some money that you saved for a bill, and you see something you really, really want. It's on sale. Oh my gosh, it's $25. It's on sale. I really, really want this. But some little thing is telling you, but we got a bill for $25, you know, but this is on sale. I'll never see it again. But something's saying, you know, but you got a $25 bill that we got to pay first. But you go and buy it. You just did an earth decision. Earth decision. If you would have listened to that voice and said, yeah, I better do the $25 bill, that's spirit. That's a high five from divine, because he wants to see what you can do and what he can hold you accountable, be responsible for. See, responsibility. So when you do make these earthly decisions, the only person you have to blame is yourself. And so that's why forgiveness is really, really, really hard. That is so hard for people. That is your future energy. If once you get to this point, you know you've healed. If I can forgive a murderer, I am healed from that process of that thing. If I can forgive somebody who's betrayed me, I had my bookkeeper walk off with every dime I had. I forgive her because I know that the divine has more vengeance than I will, and he will show it to me. But the thing is that I need to forgive because that was supposed to happen to me. Okay, I learned that lesson. Do I trust a bookkeeper again? I'll probably have to, but the thing is, I won't allow them as much access as before, because I'm a business owner, so I won't allow that access as much before. Or maybe I'll diversify my money somewhere else and just enough into an account where that they can have access to for whatever they need it for. However, I'm not going to be that uneducated anymore. But if I would have listened to, I'll tell you right now, if I would have listened to divine from the very beginning, I met this woman, I made a earth choice back then. I made an earth choice. You know why? When I met that woman, divine is like, I wouldn't do this. She was hard on her luck. She was out of a job. She knew supposedly what the software was. And I said, no, not today. She came back again. Divine was telling me, that gut instinct, that spirit saying, that little voice saying, no, I'm trying to protect you. What did I do? I went to my earth-based thinking and I hired her, and she ripped me off all the way through. This is what I'm talking about. A divine decision, absolute truth versus my own stubborn way of thinking in my brain. That would have saved me a lot of money, a lot of headache, a lot of tears, a lot of not becoming homeless. So we really have to bring the joy back. We really have to allow and to learn from our process. We allow and learn from our process. I don't know if who this is for, and I really didn't mean to share that story, but I guess the divine wanted me to share it. I don't know why, but hopefully it'll help somebody, because did I forgive her? Yes. Saw her also, but she didn't get thrown in jail, but she also turned around. We tried to get her put in jail, but she was on one of these TV court shows like Judge Judy. I was cleaning the house one day and I'm vacuuming. I'm like, that voice sounds familiar. And there she was on TV with, I know who the people were she was being sued from, but she won again. And I know how she did it. However, she won again. So her earth-based choices are going to catch up with her. The responsibility that she has done, and will catch up with her. Won't maybe catch up with her right away, but the divine will definitely make it happen. All right. So let's get started back on you guys. So we have the 9 of Wands. Very intense. Very intense. Because the 9 is not only about intensity, is also facing the Knight or the King of Cups. And what that's telling is, yes, you have gone through storms. You have fought the battle. You have some battle scars. You have some battle wounds. You have those things happening or had happened them to you, and your joy was gone. Your joy was gone. But you began to, whoever this is for, you began to turn bitter and angry, and that is where it's led you today. That joy is gone. It ended. And the way to bring it back, 180, really easy, absolute truth. Bring it back. Say, you know what? I screwed up. I made the wrong choices. I didn't listen to my gut instinct. I didn't do that. But you know what? Divine, creator, whoever you want to call him, is that, you know what? I need you to guide me from now on. Because if you guide me, I'll listen this time. I will listen this time, because I'm sick and tired of all the war wounds. I'm sick and tired of going through the struggles. I'm sick and tired of going through all this kind of stuff. And you know what happens right there and then? This is all happening in this week and in February for you. This is happening in February for you guys. What's going to happen is you're going to see things turn around. You're going to see the light vibrations go up. You're going to see those low vibrations get squished. You're going to see things happening, and you're going to turn around and have an aha moment, because this is also what the moon and the planets are saying for February. You're going to have that aha moment, and you're going to like, wow, this is working. Wow. You know what? There was something to what Patti said. You know what? I think I can start to maybe forgive not only so-and-so or who and who or whatever. I'll just forgive one at a time to see what happens. What's going to happen is it's not for them. You begin to lift off the boulders on your shoulders, the weight. Because the thing is, when you don't, in your future, if you don't forgive, you carry that weight. It's sort of like the Capricorn energy. This is getting too long, but this is the divine. He wants me to do this. I'm doing this. I don't know who this is for. If you don't forgive, it's the Capricorn energy, like people are trying to bring from 2020 into 2021. Rather than 2020, the Capricorn energy of past and nastiness and ugliness and all that kind of stuff, rather than transforming it to something more positive, high vibrational. No, we got people that want to bring that ugliness, that nastiness and everything in. That is the same for Geminis. We've got to not bring in all that heavy negative energy of the earth-based decisions. And all you need to do is flip it. I'm not making my own decisions anymore. I'm going to let my intuition, my gut, I'm going to let divine. I'm going to let spirit. I'm going to let God. I'm going to let, the creator, the higher power, or whatever it is. I'm going to let them decide. And and all you do is wait. You ask the question, you wait, and you see what's shown to you. So it sounds difficult, but it actually is super easy. What the challenge is for you is the courage in the center there and the self-respect to actually follow through with it. And you're going to fall back. I did in the beginning. I mean, I've been spiritual since I was little, but there's times where I'd sit there and say, screw this, I'm tired of this, it's very hard. And yeah, sometimes it can be. However, the outcome is 10 times better than happiness. It's joy. Joy is internal. You can never take joy away. Never take joy away. Happiness can come and go like a fart in the wind. All right. Wow. Wow. This is a long reading. I apologize, but apparently this is for somebody that needed to hear this. I don't know who this is for. I would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear from you, your thought process on that. And, you can stay anonymous. You can email me and say, wow, that really hit home, or wow, you were way off the mark, or whatever you want. However, I love to do these live to say hello to my viewers, have my viewers say hello to me. I love that. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope something resonated with you. I know this was very spiritually, and I don't hope it didn't sound off as spiritual coaching, but it probably did, because this is really, really for somebody. Somebody's really, really struggling out there, and they're just like on the fence. So there is hope. Everything, if it's just your thought process, it really is. I used to be there. I used to really be earthbound, and I used, how earthbound I was. I don't know who this is for. I used to be a liar. I used to be a manipulator. I used to be, all about me, myself, and I, the team me kind of a thing. And I didn't really care. I cared about other people's feelings and things. However, I didn't realize what I was doing. I thought it was just normal. And where that came from was a broken childhood of sexual abuse, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. And it took a long time to understand. And that's why I took psychology, human behavior, and nutrition and fitness, trying to get my life. I was doing that earth-based, but I was still not connected. And I had to go back to being connected, because I'm an empath. I've been that way since my life, since I was born. So I'm telling you from firsthand experience. If you want to talk to me, it's free. Email me, whatever you need. I'm here to help you at least learn how to transform your mind process from earth thinking to spiritual thinking, because your life will turn 180. All right. I hope you guys have a great week. Sorry this is so long. I hope you guys please like, share, subscribe. Subscribe, hit the button, and you'll know when I'm on live. I am going to start doing more and more videos for empath and spiritual coaching. So hit that bell, and we'll see you again soon. See you on the 8th. Take care.